Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters, and welcome back to the Roots of Islam channel. Ireland has long been known as one of Europe's most deeply Catholic nations. For centuries, church towers defined its skylines, and Catholic identity shaped its politics, education, and social life. Yet today, in cities like Dublin, Cork, and Galway, a quiet but significant transformation is unfolding. An increasing number of Irish-born citizens are embracing Islam. In a country where over 84% of the population identified as Catholic as recently as 1986, what explains this shift? Why are some Irish men and women choosing Islam in the 21st century? In this documentary, we examine the historical context, demographic trends, institutional structures, and personal journeys behind this remarkable development. To understand conversion in Ireland, one must first examine Ireland's religious baseline. Following independence in 1922, the Irish Free State maintained strong institutional ties with the Catholic Church. According to census data from 1961, over 94% of the population identified as Roman Catholic. Religious homogeneity remained a defining feature for much of the 20th century. The first documented Muslim presence in Ireland dates to the early 1950s. In 1959, the Dublin Islamic Society was established by Muslim medical students studying at the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. These early arrivals were primarily from South Asia and the Middle East, and their numbers remained small. According to historical records, fewer than 200 Muslims lived in Ireland by the late 1960s. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Ireland experienced limited immigration. Economic stagnation led many Irish citizens to emigrate rather than immigrate. As a result, the Muslim population remained modest. Census figures from 1991 recorded approximately 3,873 Muslims nationwide, representing less than 0.1% of the population. However, the 1990s marked a decisive turning point. Ireland's economic expansion, commonly referred to as the Celtic Tiger period, generated labour demand and encouraged inward migration. Between 1996 and 2006, Ireland's foreign-born population more than doubled. Many new arrivals came from countries such as Pakistan, Nigeria, Somalia, and Bosnia. The 2002 census recorded 19,147 Muslims, representing a nearly five-fold increase in just one decade. By 2006, that number had risen to 32,539. This rapid demographic expansion created visible Islamic institutions and public awareness of Islam in Irish society. Although migration accounts for the majority of Muslim population growth, it also created the social conditions under which conversion became possible. Exposure, interfaith interaction, and educational engagement laid the groundwork for religious transformation among native Irish citizens. According to Ireland's Central Statistics Office, the 2011 census recorded 49,204 Muslims, representing 1.1% of the population. By 2016, that number had increased to 63,443, marking a 29% rise in 5 years. The most recent 2022 census recorded approximately 81,930 Muslims, accounting for roughly 1.6% of Ireland's total population of 5.1 million. Importantly, census data indicates that a growing portion of Muslims in Ireland are Irish-born. In 2016, approximately 20% of Muslims were Irish nationals by birth or naturalization. This figure reflects both second-generation demographics and conversion trends. Geographically, Muslims are concentrated in urban centres. Dublin accounts for nearly 43% of Ireland's Muslim population. Significant communities also exist in Cork, Limerick and Galway. In Dublin, neighbourhoods such as Clonskeagh and Tallaght host established Islamic institutions. One of the most prominent institutions is the Islamic Cultural Centre of Ireland, located in Clonskeagh, Dublin. Opened in 1996, it includes a mosque with a capacity of approximately 3,000 worshippers, a primary school and community facilities. It remains one of the largest mosques in Western Europe. Another significant institution is the Dublin Mosque on South Circular Road. Originally established in the 1970s, In Cork, the Cork Mosque on Ballyfehane Road serves a growing community, while Galway Mosque supports Muslims in Ireland's western region. Islamic schools have developed gradually. The Muslim National School in Clonskea, established in 1990, operates under Ireland's national education framework, while providing Islamic instruction. According to Department of Education data, enrollment has exceeded 300 pupils in recent years. Halal businesses have also expanded. Industry reports indicate that more than 500 halal-certified outlets now operate across Ireland, including restaurants, butchers and grocery stores. The Irish Halal Monitoring Committee provides certification services reflecting institutional consolidation. Second-generation Muslims, many of whom were born after 2000, are increasingly active in professional sectors. Studies conducted by University College Dublin suggest high rates of educational attainment among Muslim youth, particularly in medicine, engineering and business. This demographic maturity contributes to Islam's structural permanence within Irish society. Daily Muslim life in Ireland is shaped by integration within a pluralistic democracy. Prayer facilities are widely accessible in major cities, though smaller towns rely on rented halls. Friday congregations at the Islamic Cultural Centre of Ireland often attract over 1,500 attendees. Ramadan observance has become highly visible. Community iftars are organised in Dublin, Cork and Limerick, sometimes drawing interfaith participants. In 2022, local media reported that Eid al-Fitr prayers in Dublin's Croke Park attracted nearly 5,000 worshippers, reflecting both demographic growth and logistical adaptation. Muslim children attend public and denominational schools, where religious instruction has traditionally been Catholic. However, Ireland's education system has gradually diversified. According to government data, non-Catholic enrolment in primary schools increased significantly between 2011 and 2022, reflecting broader secularization. Workplace integration has progressed steadily. Research from the Economic and Social Research Institute indicates that employment rates among Muslims, while slightly below the national average, have improved consistently since 2010. Muslims are active in healthcare, retail, information technology, and public service. Interfaith dialogue plays a significant role in daily life. The Irish Council of Churches and the Irish Catholic Bishops' Conference have both engaged in structured dialogue with Muslim representatives. These initiatives aim to strengthen social cohesion and counter polarization. Community support networks are particularly important for converts. Mentorship programs, women's circles, and youth organizations provide religious education and social connection. These informal structures reinforce resilience amid social transition. While precise conversion statistics are not officially recorded, Islamic organizations estimate that between 200 and 300 Irish citizens convert to Islam annually. Over 2 decades, this suggests several thousand Irish-born Muslims have entered the faith. One notable example is Sheikh Dr. Umar al-Qadri, founder of the Irish Muslim Peace and Integration Council, who has publicly described conducting numerous Shahada ceremonies for Irish converts. These ceremonies often occur after extended study and personal reflection. Consider the case of Michael O'Connor from Dublin, who embraced Islam in 2014 after studying theology at Trinity College Dublin. His intellectual engagement with comparative religion led him to explore Islamic philosophy. His Shahada was performed at the Islamic Cultural Centre in Clonskea before family members and community witnesses. Another example is Sarah Murphy from Cork, who converted in 2017 following humanitarian work in Palestine. She has described her transition as gradual, shaped by ethical inquiry and spiritual discipline. Her experience illustrates the diverse pathways to Islam among Irish converts. Sociological studies suggest that motivations include theological conviction, moral clarity, dissatisfaction with institutional Catholicism, and personal relationships. Ireland's broader secularization provides contextual background. According to the 2022 census, the percentage of Catholics declined to 69%, down from 84% in 1986. Simultaneously, those identifying as having no religion rose to 14%. Within this environment of religious reassessment, Islam presents itself to some as a structured and intellectually coherent alternative. Despite Ireland's generally inclusive climate, challenges persist. Following the 2015 European refugee crisis, public debates intensified. Political figures within the Irish Freedom Party expressed opposition to expanded immigration, including Muslim arrivals. Although the party remains electorally marginal, its rhetoric reflects segments of societal concern. Isolated Islamophobic incidents have occurred, particularly online. According to Gardaí reports, hate crime investigations related to religion remain limited, but present. The proposed mosque in Ballymun in 2019 encountered local resistance, illustrating the complexities of urban planning and public perception. Nevertheless, resilience characterizes community response. Interfaith solidarity statements are frequently issued during periods of tension. Muslim organizations actively participate in charitable initiatives, including homelessness outreach and disaster relief. Ireland's constitutional framework guarantees freedom of religion, and state institutions have consistently upheld this principle. As a result, while social debates continue, structural barriers remain limited. Looking ahead, demographic trends suggest continued growth. If current patterns persist, projections indicate that Ireland's Muslim population could exceed 120,000 by 2035, representing over 2% of the population. Young Irish Muslims are entering public discourse as academics, journalists, and civic leaders. Second-generation professionals increasingly shape narratives about identity and integration. Meanwhile, conversion continues at a steady pace, reinforcing Islam's indigenous dimension. Ireland itself is undergoing religious transformation. Secularization, declining church attendance, and institutional reform within Catholicism create a dynamic religious marketplace. Within this evolving landscape, Islam is no longer perceived solely as an immigrant faith, but as a permanent part of Ireland's religious fabric. From Dublin to Cork, from Clonskeagh to Galway, the presence of Irish-born Muslims signifies a deeper cultural evolution. Islam in Ireland is not a transient phenomenon. It is an established and enduring component of contemporary Irish society. Thanks for watching until the end.